Welcome to Mow for Show. You know, I'm not a professional by any means, even when it comes to real mowers, when it comes to grass, when it comes to anything, you know, I'm not a professional. My yard looks great, but apparently I'm doing something right. Maybe that's because I'm overdoing it, you know, like a lot of people do. But today, what we're going to talk about are reel bearings, reel seals, basically how to change the reel in a greens mower. So if you want to know how to change the reel on a Toro greensmaster to put a new one on, or you want to learn how to replace the bearings in your existing mower because you think they need to be replaced, because if you grab the reel and you can pull it left or right, the bearings need to be replaced. I mean, you can't grease that out. So as long as everything's tight on the ends and you can move the reel, you're going to have to replace those bearings. These things are precise, they're precision cutting machines, and you had better replace them. So today we're going to replace those seals, essentially showing you how to replace the reel. The first step in this process is going to be to take these bolts out of this side cover here. Okay, get that off. Now what we're going to need to do is loosen up this pulley right here. There's a bolt on this side and there's a bolt on this side. So if you loosen this side, you'll be able to turn this pulley, and to adjust this belt tension, this housing back here is an oblong shape. So when you start turning this, it'll push it in and out as you turn it. And that's how you adjust the belt tension. And you want to make sure your belt's pretty tight, you know, with about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of play right there. I mean, it's pretty tight. It's not wobbling around or anything like that, but that's kind of how you want it. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we're actually going to have to loosen up this grass shield right here. In order to, if you ever have to fix the grass shield, you got to take this cover off, because there's a bolt that goes through it and it's inside that cover, which I don't like, but that's what you have to do. So let's loosen up that. That's going to be a 7/16 socket or 7/16 wrench. Same thing with the cover, or 7/16. I'm going to go ahead and take the brackets off completely and take the grass shield completely out. It'll just make things a lot easier to work on the reel and to get all this done. So we can always just put it back in later. Now that we have the grass shield out, what we're going to do is now we can take this tensioner pulley off. You're going to need a 1/2 inch socket to get, there's a little hole right here. We're going to go ahead and take this tensioner off, then we'll take the belt off, just like that. All right, now we got the belt and the tensioner off. All we have to do is get this reel out. First step in that process is going to be to take this pulley right here off. What I'm going to use is a breaker bar. So I'll put this in there like that. And then what you would need to do is stick something inside the reel to keep the reel from turning. What I'm going to use is a wrench inside here. Now, you shouldn't really be using a wrench. You should be using a piece of wood, but I don't really have a piece of wood that fits in there perfectly. So this is an 11 blade reel. There's not much room in between the blades, but I'm going to stick a wrench right there, and so that way when this turns, it hits the roller, and I'm going to use a breaker bar to turn this and break this loose, just like that. Once you get the pulley out, you're going to have to take out these 2 bolts right here. There's a nut on the inside that's a 9/16, and these bolts are 7/32 or 5.5 on the metric. I found that the 5.5 is a little bit tighter in there, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. When you take those 2 bolts out, there will be little spacers that go in there, and it's a bowl shape, so make sure that you put them back on where the bowl is going to go around that right there, so that's flush against this. On this side here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take out these 2 bolts, 9/16 on the inside, 9/16 on the outside, and we'll just take these 2 off, and this cover will come right off. Inside that cover, you're going to have a nut, a large nut. You can just get a crescent, or if you have a socket that will fit on there, you can just use a socket. But we're going to do the same thing like we did the other side. We'll put this crescent on here, and then I'm going to put something in the reel to keep it from turning, just like last time. So I'll shove this in the reel, and then I'll see if I can't get this nut loosened up. Okay, there we go. Comes right off. Same thing on this side. You have a seal and an inner seal. Now we can take these housings off. They might be a little tough to come off. We'll see once we start taking them off, but there's bearings inside there that go over the shaft. And once we start trying to take these out, they could be a little bit tight. We'll see. It looks like this guy's going to come right off of here. Pull that out and then twist it to get it around that grease circ right there. Just twist it and it comes right out. So we have an inner seal and an outer seal. So we'll replace those here in a minute. Okay, let's see if this guy comes off just as he's up. Looks like he's going to be okay. Pull it right out, and there you go. So now you have both housings off. All right, here's our two seals. We got these two right here, which are the larger ones. These are going to be the ones that go on the outer side. And make sure that you put the cavity on the inside. So that way when you're greasing, this puts a seal around your shaft and it holds the grease in. Same thing on these smaller ones. They're going to go on the opposite side. And you're going to put the seal goes one way. It's going in this direction. You're going to put the seal in like that. So that way it's holding the grease in. If you put the seal in like this, where the rubber seal is facing outwards, then once you start greasing, grease will start coming out because there's nothing holding the grease in. That seal holds the grease in. For the large seal, I just went inside the bearing and was able to tap the seal out. I'm going to do the same thing with the small one. I'm going to put it in this vise right here, and I'm going to go inside and I'll be able to tap it out. Now that these seals are out, in order to get that bearing out, you might have to use a bearing puller. So you would end up using something that looks like this. These teeth go inside the bearing, and then these sit on the outside. And as you twist this, it's going to pull that bearing out. So you can get on Amazon, you can find you a bearing puller that looks like that, and it will pull the bearing right out. And then if you were going to have to put the bearing back in, then you would put the inner seal in, put the bearing in, and find like a big washer or a socket or something, and you had tap that bearing in, make sure the housing's clean, don't have a lot of grease or dirt on there, just clean everything up really nice. Pack the bearing with grease before you put it in, and then use a socket or a large washer and tap the bearing all the way down until it stops. In one of these housings, you're going to have a retaining washer that goes in above the bearing, and you won't be able to get this bearing out until you take that retaining washer out. There's a little spot on the side that you'll see once you clean it up, and you'll be able to put your screwdriver in and pry it out, and then the retaining ring will come right out. And then on the bottom of that, there's going to be a wave washer, and then you'll have to put the wave washer back in, and it'll look something just like this. It'll be a little wave washer. The wave washer goes in, then the bearing goes on top of the wave washer, and then the retaining ring goes on top of the bearing. And that side will be for the pulley, the side that we took the pulley off, not the side that had the nut on it. And that's how you put this housing back together. And then this one will just be inner seal, bearing, outer seal, and then you'll just push it on. Get those out. I'm going to put these seals in. See if I can tap this inner seal in like this. Just like that. She's in there. Alright, like that. Then the large side. See if I can tap this guy in here. There we go. Come on. All right, now that we have the inner seal and the outer seal on both of those, we are ready to put them back on the mower. So this is the side that did not have the retaining ring and the wave washer, so it's going to go right back on this side over here. So you have to make sure you turn it. You gotta make sure you get that grease zerk in there. Once you get those side covers on, you'll want to find a socket that's large enough to go over that shaft without hitting the threads, because you don't want to damage the threads. And you should be able to just tap the bearings over the shaft on both sides. And I went ahead and tightened up these bolts right here just to keep this side secure with that nut being on there. That nut's not fully tightened yet, but then I'm going to go ahead to this side and I'm going to go ahead and put this side together, and I'm going to tighten everything up like it's supposed to be tightened. And then once I'm done with that, then I'll move over to the other side and I'll completely tighten that nut up also. Once you get that side done that has the sprocket, I know I keep calling it a pulley, but it's really a sprocket. You can go ahead and move over to this side and take the bolts out that you had in there earlier and tighten up this large nut on the end and just make sure it's nice and snug and then it goes all the way in. And then once you get that in, all you got to do is just put that side cover on and you're basically almost finished after that. Now that both sides are tightened up, everything's all nice and good. You'll end up putting the pulley, the tensioner pulley, you'll just put the belt back on and you'll put the tensioner pulley back on. So we had originally taken this grass shield off. So you'll end up having to put the pulley on first and get the belt all tightened up, because you'll have to get right here where that hole was, where there's a bolt goes. If you put the grass shield on before the pulley, you won't be able to get to that bolt. So put the pulley on first, the tensioner, and then put your grass shield on and just tighten everything up and just get it kind of set right where you want to do it. And that's basically it. It's really not too hard.